welcome to my channel. This is, I think, my 5th or 6th YouTube video, but I just learned about the Booktube Newbie Tag. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, a little bit about me and why I started this channel. So enjoy. My name is Tallia. I have named myself the Bandana Bookmom for this channel because I like to wear bandanas because I don't have to do my hair and I don't have to deal with it. It can just be up. It's nothing more complicated than that. I just think that bandanas are cool. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel just because I want to do something new. I have 3 children. My daughter's 4, my twin boys are 3. They were born 14 months apart. So that's kind of what I've been doing for the past few years. And I just was kind of feeling in the rut of motherhood and discovered Booktube much later than most people have discovered Booktube. I'm very, very new at even watching it. And I just loved it. And I thought, you know what, let's give that a try. So here I am. Second question, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I think it's unique to have someone that knows so little about Booktube and YouTube posting on the internet. Literally, you guys, it was probably like a year ago. I mean, I've known about YouTube for a long time, right? But I guess in my head, it was just a place to find like random funny videos, like Charlie bit my finger and stuff like that. I didn't know that it was a whole like channel of people vlogging and sharing about their lives and books and whatnot. It was probably like 6 months ago when I realized that I could look at like homeschool curriculum reviews. I'm planning to homeschool my children down the road, so I discovered that people were talking about homeschool curriculum. So I was like, oh, that's cool to see like real people and their reactions to this curriculum. And then I realized that they were talking about books, and I was like, well, how fun is that? So seriously, I know it's like I've been under a rock, but I've just been busy. Raising young children is hard. Raising twins is hard. And I don't know, before that, I guess I was just working and not watching YouTube. Another unique thing that I will bring is stories that happen in my life. For example, this week, I accidentally washed an entire load of laundry with an open tube of toothpaste. The things that happen when you are a mom of 3 very young children are crazy and chaotic, and they just might bring a chuckle to you. So there's that. So what are you most excited for about this new channel? I think just reading and exploring new genres. I'm actually really excited just about like the editing aspect of YouTube as well, because I know nothing about video editing, and even just in my past few videos, I mean, they're a train wreck. You can go watch them. It's some pretty some pretty low quality pieces of work. But I feel like every video I'm getting better and learning how to edit and learning how to do the thumbnails, and like it's just really fun for me to be doing something new. So I'm excited about that. Why do you love reading? I love reading probably like everyone. It's an escape from the real world, and it's just, you can learn things about different cultures, different people. It helps you be way more empathetic, and it's just fun. I love a good story. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? So I think I have been reading from a pretty young age. I was reading. I remember reading like the Babysitter's Club, Christy Miller series. But I didn't really start loving reading until, well, 2 different times. So I think in college, reading the Harry Potter series got me very excited about reading after I hadn't been reading for a long period of time, like kind of through high school and college. I didn't read a lot, and then right at the end of college, I hit Harry Potter series, and that was amazing. But in my adult life, probably 7 or 8 years ago, I joined a book club, and the first 2 books I read back to back, I loved. And that is when I really got into reading more. So they were, and I can't remember which one we read first, but In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. Love, love, love. This is about a true story about two guys that murder an entire family in cold blood and then go on the run. And Truman Capote meets them in prison and basically interviews them after they've been caught and convicted, and kind of gets the whole story out of them, why they did this and what happened. So this is very well written. So good. And then Cutting for Stone by Abram Virgis. This is just a wonderful story. I'm not going to go into it too much here. Basically, a nun gives birth to twins and then passes away, and the father abandons them, and they end up being raised by their adopted family in Ethiopia. And it's just the story of them growing up and falling in love with medicine, and it was just so good. And I just remember reading this and being like, I just want to read more stories. Like, I just loved it. So this honestly is something I should probably reread pretty soon because it was delightful. Let's see, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I think at this point, all my questions are very like technical, like stuff that I just need to research and get better at. But like when you don't have your book because you read it because it was an audiobook, how do you put the little picture of it when you're doing the video? And how do you fast forward? Like, you know how we have, oh, here's me sitting and reading, like, but you fast forward it so it looks cool when you're turning the pages. Like, I don't know how to do things like that yet. So things I know I can look up and figure out, but those would probably be the questions I would ask right now, the technical aspects, if I were hanging out with my favorite booktubers at this point in time. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? Well, like I just said, the technical aspect is pretty tricky for me because I'm very new at everything. So that's just been more of a challenge than I thought it would be. Also just having the time to read, having the time to film, having the time to edit. It's just, I don't have a lot of free hours in the day. So we'll see. I will read when I can and post when I can, and my family comes first, and we'll see what happens here. When did you start reading? So pretty young. I remember distinctly in 4th grade in school, we would have, what did they call it? We would lay down, I think it was called a read-in, and you would go to school, and instead of like having your normal school day, you would like lay your towel on the ground and read, and it was called the read-in, and that's what you would do for that day. And I just remember loving it, and they would have like special snacks, and everyone did it. Like everyone just laid on the floor and read, and we thought it was so cool. So I think that those are my earliest memories of really being into reading. Where do you read? I read here a lot, and I read in bed a lot. And I like to read like on my front porch sometimes if the kids aren't being too rowdy or running into the street, I'll read there. I have a hammock that I am excited to try to read in this summer. And when my kids are doing quiet time, it's my goal to set up my hammock and read there. So I'll read anywhere really, anywhere that I can get a little bit piece of quiet, I will read. What kind of books do you like to read? I would say pretty much everything. I don't do a lot of like horror, gory stuff, and I don't like super raunchy books, I would say, are not really my thing, but anything from contemporary fiction to nonfiction to getting more into fantasy and mystery, all that kind of stuff I like. So yeah, that's all. That's about me. I hope you are having a great day wherever you are, and please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any advice for me, I would welcome it and appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. Bye. I think that in the past, I've always kind of been the kind of person who overthinks things to the extreme. Like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Let me weigh all the pros and cons. Let me think about everything that could go wrong. And I've talked myself out of doing a lot of things in life. So when I got the idea to start this channel, I knew I just had to jump right in. So I feel like I really could have spent a lot of time like researching, figuring out how to do everything, making it perfect and making it look great. But I feel like by the time I had done all that, I would have talked myself out of even getting started. So that's kind of why I just decided to go raw and start posting and figure it out as I go along. And who knows, maybe it'll inspire someone else to get going too, because you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. So that's all.